Take 2 ba o 3 na? Okay, so as you guys would notice, same shirt, so it's second episode today. Second take. Okay, and that's good. Kasi at least, di ba? At least we're producing episodes and content. Diba? Pero yun, welcome to another episode of Barbell Geek. Yan, okay ba? Akala nila nakakalimutan pa natin yung edit na yan. Okay, so again, as we've mentioned in our previous episode, and I hope you've watched dito.
Habang wala
dito ba or dun
na lahat.
Yes, pinanood yung episode. Medyo matagal kami nawala. And it's really inspiring how people are sending messages kahit medyo absent.
Nainip na kasi sila sa tagal natin gumawa.
Medyo
ng
absentee content makers. Parang hindi nawawala-wala. Pero again guys, this episode is again due to popular demand. It's a question from my students, also a question from Sir
Tristan Padlan.
Yes.
Nainip na siya, so nag-message.
Shout out sa'yo, Sir Tristan. Again, we've messaged him already. We've reached out to him answering his question. Pero let's talk about it in detail para kahit papaano, di ba, other people would also understand how it works. Again, guys, I am not a doctor, a therapist, okay, or a psychologist, or a nutritionist. These are all opinions from a from a trainer. Okay, from a trainer's point of view, someone who studied sports science. Okay?
Ano ba kasi muna pag-uusapan natin? Dada hindi mo sinabi.
Sorry, disclaimer lang. Ito na. Pagbigyan mo na, magdi-disclaimer lang tayo. Okay. So again, the question is,
yung topic for today is vertical jump. Parang ilang episodes ago, we did one about vertical jump na parang we decided na gawin siyang series sana.
Mataluntan parang ewan.
Kasi nga dami nagtatanong tungkol doon. Kasi syempre nawala kami, syempre.
As always, di ba?
Diba? Tapos, parang a few days ago, si Sir Tristan nga, nag-message siya na parang sabi niya, sana matuloy daw, sana may follow-up. Tapos nainip na siguro siya, naisip niya mawala ng follow-up.
Sabi,
nag-message na lang
parang
siya.
nangangako lang itong mga to, pero hindi na.
So,
pero,
nag-message na lang siya ng tanong niya.
Okay,
Yeah.
pero again, it's inspiring sa amin na nagtatanong kayo at curious kayo, di ba? Pero again, hindi naman kami nagbe-break ng pangako namin na babalik kami. Bumalik naman kami, yun nga lang matagal. Okay, pero yan, let's talk about vertical jump training.
Nag-message siya, ang question niya kasi, weight training alone ba daw without plyometrics? Can it effectively increase vertical jump? Weight training without plyometrics.
Ibig sabihin, weight training alone. As in, weight train. Okay, so this episode will be talking about weight training in terms of vertical jump. Siguro weight training ang focus talaga nito. Kasi yun yung tanong ni Sir Tristan. But again guys, we'll do other episodes on plyometric and maybe the factors of form, etc. Okay. So, sharing muna tayo. Kasi sa akin, siguro medyo hindi ko na masyado i-share kasi I've trained in strength, I've trained in plyo, I've trained in both, I've trained plyo first, then strength, I've trained strength first, and then plyo. I did a lot of stuff, kaya baka labo-labo na din yung effect. So, sa'yo, answer the question of Sir Padlan.
Tingin ko kaya kasi ako, I never did jump training.
Or any type of training.
Bakit naman, di ba? Or any type of training except weight training, di ba?
Strength training.
Strength training. Except strength training. And it did. Na-increase, well, kasi nga from Galata, so malamang meron siyang something, di ba? Pero nag-increase yung vertical jump ko. Significantly.
Oo, totoo naman, significantly guys. Kasi dati talaga, joke niya yan. Ina-admit niya naman sa sarili, hindi ko naman siya inaasar. Talagang
hindi ko talaga kaya tumalon ng mataas. Parang galata nga ng una na flat.
Joke lang talaga, gino-joke niya na lang, pero ganoon talaga. Pero during our strength training, Kaya, well, we did weight training naman talaga. Weight training, resistance training. It's just that, nung yung ginagawa namin, it's more focused on building strength talaga. Strength. Okay, so strength training. And yun nga, in her experience, tumaas yung talon. So sabi niya, oo. Oo daw, tataas daw.
Pero kasi I can't compare it to doing plyo kasi I never did plyo. Kasi nga, ba't ko nga gagawin yun, di ba? Anihin ko.
Again, it depends on your goals.
Kaya nga.
Di ba? Guys, if wala kayong balak talaga to increase your vertical jump, bakit nyo nga gagawin? Kamukha ng sabi niya. Pero yun sa kanya, indirectly, strength training increase her vertical jump significantly.
Oo, as in.
Diba? So, would you say kay Sir Tristan, yes, vertical jump alone would increase your...
Hindi ko rin alam eh. Kasi syempre yung goal kasi niya is to be able to dunk. Kaya, malamang, kaya niya gustong tumaas yung talon niya is to be able to dunk.
Malay mo.
Hindi, yun to be able to dunk. Alam ko, diba? Comment ka nga.
Malay mo, aabot lang ng mangga or something, diba? Gusto may tanim.
Kaya hindi ko alam eh, na parang, can it, yun, kung weight training alone ba, would it be able to help him dunk without plyometrics?
Okay, so
Hindi ko
siguro,
alam.
let's focus first on the number one thing. Okay? It's, lagi kasi, this is a thing, or I'd like to make it a thing. Pauso no? Pauso. Pero hindi kasi, di ba lagi sinasabi, little physical activity is better than no activity. If you do little physical activity compared to no activity, you will have benefits little lang. Diba? If you have zero strength training compared to strength training, definitely you will also gain benefits din sa strength training. Kaya nga by doing so, you would increase something if you're at a certain level. So, ang question ko nga sa'yo, are you an intermediate jumper?
No.
So, nasa anong level ka? Sa tingin mo?
Below zero.
Okay, so, parang in a way, she's a beginner. As in, wala masyadong talon. Diba? And ngayon, nagkaroon na siya ng talon. Kaya nga, strength training improved her vertical jump. And improve the landing.
Oh, diba? Natuto akong bumagsak.
Bumagsak. Para nga sinabi tuwing tumatalong ka, bagsak ka lang na bagsak. Pero hindi, di ba? And bakit? Paano mo natutunan? Hindi naman kita training to jump, di ba? Pero paano mo natutunan?
Kasi with the squats, with the deadlift, so yung pag-propel ko pataas, tapos yung pagbaba ko, parang related or nakakonect siya dun sa pagbuhat.
Maybe. Again, hindi naman ako makapasok sa utak niya. Pero maybe it's because you learned to move the joints that are...
Or mag-position ng maayos kasi.
Maybe. Okay. Kasi baka dati you're not used to doing the triple extension. Ibig sabihin yung movement sa joint ng ankles, knees, hips. Baka hindi mo alam yan. So, ngayon, natuto kang gamitin yun. Another thing is, maybe you're not strong enough to absorb the impacts before, kaya nga you're really scared and you tend to tense up upon landing. Diba? Pero this time, you're more confident kasi you know you're stronger. Diba? So, you're absorbing the impact. So, strength training did help you. Pero, again guys, it will be dependent on you kasi. Kasi, paano ba? Yung, balik tayo dun sa sinasabi ni wife nga na, level 0 kasi siya. What if you're at a certain level na, di ba? You're at a certain level where strength increases are mabagal. Diba? There will come a time na babagal sila. Okay, so mamaya pag-usapan natin lahat yan. Okay, so alone, is it the most effective way? Again, I'll prove talaga, no? Para mag-experiment tayo and I'll prove it to you. Hindi, joke lang. Pero we'll look at certain articles that will help you. Okay, so siguro pag-usapan natin first is relative strength. Diba? We've discussed this before in our topics. And relative strength is important kasi nabanggit nga ni Sir Tristan na what if I just increase my lifts
Pabigat lang.
forever? Let's say for some weird reason someone could continuously increase his or her lifts every day or every week.
Ayun yung sasabihin ko eh. So parang araw-araw magdadagdag.
Kumari nagdadagdag.
When will you stop sa pagdagdag?
Yun nga eh. Siguro that's for another topic. Siguro na you cannot just do that forever kasi if that is the case, someone who would train at 10 years old, by the time he or she is 90 years old, baka 1,500 pounds na kung increase lang na increase. Again guys, the increases are not linear. It's usually in a curve. Pabagal ng pabagal. The longer you're progressing, pabagal ng pabagal. There are parang other factors that limits us from forever increasing in a linear pattern. Yung dire-diretso lang. So, balik tayo sa relative strength. So, assuming someone could increase relatively yung strength nila, someone could increase yung strength nila linear. Sabihin na natin it's possible, kahit na hindi. Do you think that alone could increase yung vertical jump nila? Are there factors? Okay. So matagal na siya matagal kami nagpahinga, so medyo kinalawang-kalawang na. Pero how about your weight?
Kung mabigat ka.
'Di ba? That's something you should consider.
Oo nga.
Kasi what if you're increasing your lift, let's say by 1 pound.
Pero kung ikaw din bumibigat.
Pero bumibigat ka by 10 pounds.
Oo nga. Hindi ka makatalo. Nang bigat mo eh.
Yes, 'di ba? Hindi naman sa hindi makakatalon, pero the forces you're adding dun sa upward forces, mas malaki yung downward forces. 'Di ba? So, for example, 2 daliri na yung downward force, isa pa lang yung dinadagdag mo. Kaya nga, pwede ka naman lumakas sa lifts mo, 'di ba? Pero if you're not watching your weight, then it will translate to strength, absolute strength. Ibig sabihin, mas malakas ako kaysa kahapon. Pero when we're talking about relative strength, relative to your weight, your ability to counter your weight, hindi masyado. Kasi, di ba, kaya yung question ko nga sa'yo, nung tumaas talon mo, bumigat ka ba?
I think konti lang eh.
Di ba? Pero yung strength mo, exponentially,
malaki
ang dinagdag. Kasi remember, you started lifting, ano ba pinakamagaan na nabubuhat mo lang dati?
Sa deadlift ko niya rin?
Oo.
Ano lang, parang 20 pounds, tas yung bar 15
pounds na bar,
so,
tas 20. So 60. And she increased yung weight by adding 150 pounds, 140 pounds, basta 130 to 150 pounds ng weight yung nadagdag mo, which is a lot. And she only gained maybe 5 pounds. Diba? 5 pounds na weight. Kaya nga it is important na it is not just about increasing the weight. It is also about your relative strength. Kasi baka you increase yung buhat mo by 50 pounds pero you gained 200 pounds, di ba? Parang hindi, absolutely you gain strength. Pero in terms of vertical jump, mahirap yan, di ba? Kasi mas madami yung counter na forces, di ba? Kaya nga it's not as easy as ganun lang. You just add and add the weight, tapos you eventually, how did we achieve not gaining weight masyado? Syempre, dieting, di ba? Focusing on your diet so that you're not gaining weight, having a program that is designed to gain lean muscle mass, 'di ba? Not so much yung madaming fat or madaming other stuff na i-gain, 'di ba? And having a program that is realistic na you're only gaining a few pounds of muscle every and you're trying to perfect other stuff with regards to lifting. Again guys, form is very important, always form is important. You will never know if you're really getting stronger kung ang form nyo pangit. Diba? Papangit ng papangit.
Buhat ng maayos, ng mabigat. Kasi dadating ka lang sa certain weight na hanggang dyan lang kaya mo, tapos may injure ka na.
Syempre hindi naman automatic may injure, pero you might be hurting the joints. You might not be developing the exact muscles na gusto mo. Okay. Next one is rep ranges. Let's talk about rep ranges. Anong reps ba dapat when you're training for vertical jump? Okay. So we've discussed this before. Ikaw ba, in strength training, what did you do?
Yun ba, 3 to 5?
3 to 5 yung ginagamit niya. Okay, and yun din yung ginagamit ko before.
Kasi OT lang.
But again, it's heavy naman, di ba?
Oo.
Napag-usapan din to before. So when we say rep ranges, I'm not saying that everyone should focus on 3 to 5. It's just that, kasi remember guys, when you're going for hypertrophy, you're also gaining weight, you're gaining size. Remember, we're looking at relative strength. So, the more strength we gain compared to size would be better for us. Parang ganyan yung... Again guys, if you have other opinions, correct me if I'm wrong. Kaya nga, usually the recommended rep ranges would be 3 to 5 for strength and 1 to 3 for power. And these rep ranges would usually focus on the intensity. Ibig sabihin, pabigat tayo ng pabigat ng binubuhat. Not so much on the volume. Volume guys, ibig sabihin yung padami ng ginagawa. Usually, it's focused on getting the weight heavier and heavier. Diba? Now, back to the topic. Okay, linawin natin. We cannot increase yung weight heavier and heavier. Kasi if that's the case, if you're able to increase the weight this week by 10 pounds, imagine, in 10 weeks, you can increase it by 100 pounds. In 20 weeks, you could increase it by 200. So, kung ilang years yan, thousands na binubuhat mo.
In a perfect world.
Yes, in a perfect world. Pero unfortunately, it will not happen. Pabagal yan ng pabagal. So, parang pag ganito yan, guys. Tapos, pag ganun na ng pag ganun. Pabagal siya ng pabagal. Okay? So, eventually, hindi na yan tataas. Diba? Kaya nga, the exercise selection is also important. Do you agree? Or, what do you... Ano sa tingin mo ang ibig sabihin ng exercise selection?
Pag-select mo exercise.
Galing! Ang galing!